Hey guys, it's Schmeat back here with another video. We're going to be talking about kind of a controversial topic to many Hornets fans about why we should consider tanking and why I think we should consider tanking, my thoughts behind it, my thought process behind this realization that the second half of the season we should consider it. I'm not saying that, I'm part of the ownership and I'm part of the coaching staff that's saying all these things, but I'm going to give my thoughts behind it. So if you like these type of videos, if you like the Charlotte Hornets, consider subscribing. And I also started my second channel where I'll be giving more videos about generalized content about the NBA. We got 29 other teams that I realize that there's a lot of content about. So I have that channel if you want to subscribe for pretty much daily videos on both channels. So let's get right into it. Now, I know it's hard for many Charlotte Hornets fans to hear this and to see this video thumbnail and to see the title of the video about tanking, because, we have a young team and it'd be kind of good experience at the end of the day to go to the playoffs, to give that experience to our young guys, especially LaMelo, as a rookie, getting that experience young. It could help them in the future and could give them valuable experience. And if we were to make the playoffs and if we were not to tank, I think we have a streaky team and we could obviously put up a fight versus a team like Miami or the Hawks. I could see us actually winning a series against those teams. If it's a team like Brooklyn, if it's a team like Milwaukee, 76ers, we have no chance versus them. I'm not an unrealistic person. But if we face like an Atlanta or Miami, I think we have a fighting chance versus them. Because we are a streaky team. Some games we play like a number one seed and some games we play like the T-Wolves. It's just the sad reality of being a Charlotte Hornets fan. But anyways, for our city to make the playoffs after 5 years, the last playoff appearance was 2016, would be pretty nice. And I think the city of Charlotte really needs a playoff appearance and, more importantly, a playoff win. Our last playoff win was 2001-2002 season, if I'm not mistaken, with Gerald Wallace, because Gerald Wallace was a pretty good player for us. But those are some reasons why we shouldn't tank, because the city of Charlotte needs it. Blah blah blah. But that's only for one season, and these are going to be a more far out approach to what we do, to not only make the playoffs this season, but to make the playoffs for consecutive seasons. And I think that's one of the faults of the Charlotte Hornets organization is they only look at the present and they don't look at 5 years down the road where we could be a consistent playoff team rather than just a one playoff team every 5 years. So my first reason to tanking is that it doesn't make sense to play players that aren't going to be in our foreseeable future. You have guys like Cody Zeller, Bismack Biyombo, to name just two of them, and they're not really impactful as is. So I would stop giving them minutes if I was Coach JB. If you look at Basketball Reference, they're averaging more minutes a game than Malik Monk, which is crazy. And these are two guys that I don't expect to be back in Charlotte next year. So giving them 22 minutes a night, and then for Bismack, I think it's 21 minutes a night, is just crazy to me when the coaching staff and the ownership knows that they're probably not going to re-sign Bismack. And if they do resign Bismack and Cody Zeller, it's going to be on minimum deals, and they're not going to be really an impact towards our team. I'm not saying you give minutes away to Terry Rozier, to Gordon Hayward, to LaMelo, to tank. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying guys that I know aren't going to be impactful in our future, I think you need to stop giving minutes to. And I have a couple players here that I think deserve minutes over them. Like when I say tank, it gets a negative connotation, but tanking doesn't really mean taking in this case, because if we can still win with these players that I put out here. I just want us to play players that will be in our future, and if that requires us to lose some games, then I'm fine with it. I don't know if that's tanking. It might be a different definition, but that's just my thought process. So the first idea that I thought of is playing Miles Bridges, PJ Washington front court. I've seen this over Twitter because Cody Zeller has just been really bad as a starter. He's probably if I were to rank the starting centers, which I need to do in my tier list videos, he would probably be like a 25 to 30 rank, which is just bad for us because LaMelo deserves so much better. But I have seen this notion on Twitter, playing Miles Bridges at the 4 and PJ Washington at the 5, a small ball lineup, which I think would be really nice for floor spacing because PJ Washington, the last 10 games has been insane at the 3-point line. This season has really stepped it up, but focusing on the last 10 games, he's just been really, really nice for us. And Miles Bridges is obviously better defensively than I think both those guys combined, both our centers, Bismack Biyombo and Cody Zeller. So I think that is a great solution to not playing those guys. This is going to turn more into a stop playing our Cody Zellers and Bismack Biombo's video rather than a taking video. But regardless, another idea I have is playing our newly draft picks more minutes. You got guys like Vernon Carey and Nick Richards who have been dogs in the G League. I mean, Vernon Carey, I have his stats right here, averaged 16 points, 10 rebounds in 16 games in the G League. He can't really space the floor, but we drafted him for a reason, right? And to not play him at all and drafting him in the high second round, I think he was the 32nd pick, is just a little bit crazy to me when you know, as I said, guys like Cody Zeller aren't going to be in our future. For Nick Richards, he might have more potential right now. He averaged 17 and 10 in 9 games in the G League bubble. But he can't really space the floor either. But what I noticed after watching his highlights, and I probably have his highlights rolling right now on the video, is that he is a blocking machine. He's kind of like a Hassan Whiteside. He averaged like 3 blocks a game in 9 games in the G League. So that rim protection is kind of what we lack for the Charlotte Hornets. Cody Zeller doesn't know how to block. Bismack Biyombo's a tiny bit better at blocking shots, but he's still not ideal. And then we have another player like Jalen McDaniels. Yep, Jalen McDaniels. Because I know he has a brother, Jaden, which I'm going to bring up here. But Jalen McDaniels has crazy potential, and it's not talked about enough. His lateral quickness is probably one of the best on our team. I know the Martin twins do have pretty good lateral quickness as well as LaMelo. He's 6'9". His offensive game does need some work. But with this playing time, I think you will see that growth, and you saw it in his brother, Jaden McDaniels, for the T-Wolves. He's got more minutes. He's contributing more. And the Hornets, or not the Hornets, the T-Wolves, after getting their new coach, with their playing time readjusted after that new coaching staff came in, Jaden McDaniels for the Hornets has been a really positive impact in their rotation, and I think that's kind of foreshadowing what Jalen can be for us if he gets more minutes. So this tanking video isn't really stop playing Terry Rozier, stop playing Gordon Hayward, stop playing LaMelo video. It's more of stop playing guys that are not going to be here in the future, and stop playing guys. I'm not saying Malik Monk is a bad minutes guy for us. Like, he gets 20 minutes a night, but get some picks for him. Get a good player in return. His value is insane. If they know they don't want to pay him in the offseason, then trade him right now. Don't let him walk. Same with Devontae Graham. If you know he's going to walk, if he's expressed to you that after this season he wants to walk away, and that's kind of why I thought they brought up the trade block, because you have to realize with the NBA, NFL, baseball league, the organizations spew out information that they want to get out. If they didn't want Devontae Graham to be known as he was on the trade block, they wouldn't have let that information out to the reporters, if you guys know what I'm saying. So I think there was a reason that information got out, and there's articles on it now that he's on the trade block, and I think it notifies other teams that they should make a move for him. I've seen the Knicks, as I referenced in my other video. But stop playing Graham minutes if you're just going to trade him, or if you're going to let him walk in free agency. Let guys play that are going to be very good pieces for us in the future. Start playing LaMelo more. Terry Rozier, I'm fine with playing. Gordon Hayward, because they're solid pieces for us, and their contract years are going to be with us for a few years. So start tanking, or trade the players, or stop playing Cody Zeller minutes. I know he's out for the game tonight, but still, that's my spew. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.